All right, this is gonna be good morning and welcome to Mo Knows featuring me, Mo, Monica Mo Justice. All right. So for those of you who don't know but probably want to know, I'm still over here, doing things to get the channel up and running. Um, so I'm a little bit disheveled this morning, but it's all right because I got too many new things going on. Let me get my little thumbnail up here, up in here. Make sure I get that up there for the good peoples. And then make sure I do this. No, even though that might not be true. All right, I am working on an intro. Hey, Jamie. I am working on an intro today. Last thing I need to work on is that's the only requirement. Okay. I think we're good now. Nah, we'll be good here. Here we are. Now we good. Okay. So let's see how this sounds to y'all. And then we'll see where we go from there. Hold up.
Mama, here we go. Welcome to the show, you know. Monica, more justice in the mix. Bringing truth with no tricks. Better days are they to shine. Focus on books and storylines. Courtroom drama, commentary. Keeping it real, never scary. Justice dropping with no weekend vibes. You can't let down. Open your mind and the truth be told. From the cases stick to the bold. Deep dive in the legal scene. Breaking down what justice means. Analyzing every clue we find. No stone left unturned, no mind left blind. Gather round, it's time to see. Justice served thoughtfully. Books and cases join the ride. Monica, more justice by your side. Justice dropping wisdom. Weekend vibes you can't miss them. Open your mind, let the truth be told. From the cases big to the bold. Big to the bold. Cases big to the bold.
All right. So work in progress, work in progress. Shout out to your girl. What your girl having? Okay. Today's t-shirt. Stop making stupid people famous. All right. All right. Let's roll it in. It's Monday. We're going back to why it's selling it. I will be wherever there's a live stream. Whoever's streaming today, I'll be inside your room. Thank you, Jamie. So you know I gotta make a video for it. Blah, 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 blah. More to come, right? Stop making stupid people famous. All right, let's go. My title today is Dougie. It's bigger than you, sir. Hashtag free Yak Gotti. Hashtag free Shannon Stillwell. Free Shannon. All right. Let's talk about this because I'm not in the neighborhood of just free nilly, just screaming out, free somebody, free this person, free that person. But when you see injustice, right? And the injustice component of it is not being able to get a fair trial in Georgia. And that's what we're faced with, right? And then the other part is, have they proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt? So we got two defendants left. Did anybody hit the motion circuit to see if there was any new motions that came out? Because, see, I've been waiting for motions for over 2 weeks now. And I believe that these are just my beliefs. I don't have a clear understanding of what is going on at this point until we get into the courtroom at 8:30 this morning. But what I do know is that I didn't see any motions coming out while people were sitting here negotiating. Now, normally when negotiations take place, maybe the clock would stop. So I think if I had to ask questions, oh, where's my special markers? Hold on a second. There they are. Hold up. If I had to ask questions of some of these YouTube attorneys around here, one thing I would have asked is during the negotiation period, did motions pause and the time to file pause? Because sometimes when you have an objection to a proceeding, right, you only have a certain amount of days in order to file a motion, that you have to file a motion and then get a resolve. So we know that they had a motion on the table to mistrial. They wanted with prejudice, with with prejudice. And the judge said I could give you one without prejudice, and we went on a pause. But we saw no motion um to address that. And we know that one of the defendants that took a plea, his attorney, Matthews, so that would be Quay Huey, his attorney had a curative um, thing that he wanted to put out there. That's all we know. That's the last thing that we saw. And that's where we were at. This weekend, starting from Friday, we had Dougie, which is Doug Weinstein. He's Dougie over here, like Dougie Fresh. Okay, so we had Dougie out here telling the world, hey, world, we need you to still remain focused on this case, right? We need you to continue to watch Law and Crime. And I started to be like, why Law and Crime? When we've got all these YouTubers out here, we got infamous Sylvia who records it. Why you just don't say, continue to watch infamous Sylvia. Here goes my allegation having self. So I went back now and I pulled up still my Sylvia video that I'm working on, but I just uploaded it to make it into a thing this morning. So hold on, let me see if I got it as a video now. Hold on a second. Let me just go over here to see if it's in my collection. Orders of the day, just so you know where we're going this morning. This morning, I want to bring you the other side of discussions. If you've been watching the same channels that I've been watching, you've been listening to narratives that align with what we saw. But sometimes you need to look out of the box and hear what the other people are thinking. And today I'm just going to bring you one. It's a 9-minute video of this man on the internet, just a random dude. That I listen to, and it sends shockwaves. That's all I'm gonna say. And it aligns with what I'm saying about Doug. I was gonna leave it for Two Thoughts Tuesday but being that today is Monday and some other stuff might go down, I just thought it was important to bring that to you today. All right, let me come over here. Monica, you and naming files is not a good look. Where's my YSL trial? Sylvia, there it is. Okay.
Is it Parks, will that work, or
Okay, come on up. Why does it look like this? I had to do something else with this, but Miss, is it Clark? Okay. I don't know why it looks like this. I haven't played with my cyber. What am I using? Cyber, cyber something. Anyway, we're gonna look at it the way it came out. Okay. Well, oh, I think I'm not gonna like this though. Hold up, let me just look at it. Oh, I don't like that. Hold on a second. Back to the drawing board. Hold up, let me just boom. Let me go back over here. All right. Here we are. This is the thing. I want to produce it. Hold up. It don't take that long to produce it. Opening for produce. All right. So it needs to be in this format. It needs to be an MP3, MP4. Maybe it's a H, maybe it's a, I thought it was I thought it was this one. I thought it was that one, but hold up. Hmm. So I'm only gonna be doing that the same again. All right, I never remember it being this way. Maybe it's this one. Hold on. Because this one says select an online site. Yeah, we're not doing that. All right, we're gonna do 3D. That's so interesting. That is so crazy. All right, I'm gonna have to deal with this later. I'm just gonna have to let y'all hear it or see it from here. All right, I think it's safe. I think it's safe from this end, but I'm gonna have to figure out these settings again. All right. Hold up. Let me just move this. Um, oh wow, so many are. Hey Boogie. Oh, wait a second. I have to hold up, Boogie. Hold up. 'Cause this is from what motions are you looking for? I'm not looking for it. Well, what motions I'm looking for? I'm just asking for a friend. I was looking for motions since they were on pause. So my question is, during the negotiation period, does that pause, does that stop the clock on filing motions that were related to the last issue on the table? The YouTubers are just gossip blogging for profit. LNC just shows the trial. Okay, Gina. Um, and that was the point that I was trying to make about Doug. Um, that's a consideration, but this what I'm gonna say because I can't speak on behalf of DWC, right? Leslie, but what I can say is this. Um, people have their own reasons for doing things, right? So DWC went in there with he requested a Rule 22 with the purpose of not recording, but to be able to utilize his telephone or utilize his phone so that when he was live streaming from home, from the feed, he wasn't using Sylvia's feed to stream. He was using the feed from Law and Crime or whoever the other channels were. He's using somebody else's feed, 11 Alive, anybody's feed, right? That he's feeding from. But he wanted to be able to communicate with the chat because as chat members, we was all up there. Because that is the best chat in the on the planet, right? It's the number one chat in the planet. So he was his intention was just to be able to communicate with the chat. And that's exactly the point. Well, I don't know if she can't stream anymore. She can pull from the thing. So I'm not sure what his Rule 22 is. I'm not sure what it the total thing. So you're gonna have to ask him because that's his Rule 22. But I never agreed with people sharing Sylvia's Rule 22 in the first place when the judge first offered that. And that was the video that I'm going to bring us to because I want to point out something to you guys. And I've been thinking this way, but this got confirmed when I saw Doug hit the scene this weekend and was speaking to people. So we're going to go to hold on one second before I do that. Let me just pop out the chat so I can see y'all over here. So it's kind of hard to speak on somebody else's. Sylvia lost her recording Rule 22. She can't stream anymore. She can't record, and Whitaker told him pull off her. Well, yeah, she told him to pull off of her. She told him to pull from her but I don't think she understands how he was operating his thing. And again, that's I can't speak on how he's pulling his stream. I really can't. Because I don't know. Do 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 do. All right. Well, let me get that back up there. Let me get back to the world where I want to be with you guys. Well, I want to show you. I want you to listen to this because people behind the scenes know how I feel about Doug. I'm not a Doug fan. Okay, let's play this and see how this is going.
Miss, is it Parks? Will that work or just Miss? Okay, come on up.
Notice Doug's body language as Sylvia was coming up. And then I want you to listen to what the judge said occurred.
All right, so I know that you have been live streaming pretty much this entire trial, and I'm sure probably the pretrial proceedings as well. And it came to both the court's attention and defense counsel's attention.
Okay, so whose attention did it come to? The court's attention and the defense counsel's attention. Which defense counsel made the notification to the judge? I always had that question. Which one made the notification to the judge? Hey Mandy, I'm gonna be over in a little while because I know it's going live at 8:30. So um which one who made that? Now I can run y'all down all the reasons why I don't like the Dougie. But that stood out to me then. I don't know which one did it, but one of them did it. Well, law and crime always had they're the mainstream that is pushing out the content. And I think that Doug's position over the weekend was to tell everybody to go into the mainstream so that the mainstream could stay vibrant because he's concerned that if the views go down in the mainstream, that it will result in um a loss of having anyone like will lose the pool camera altogether inside the courtroom because they'll be successful in pulling it out because the mainstream will say, hey, we don't want to record this anymore because Thug is not involved in it. Um, Here's my thoughts on that is that it was bigger than Thug. He said something about commercialization of it. Well, when Thug was there, what was the commercialization of it at that point? It was still drugs, it was still a gang um that they were covering, and the undertones of what we were hearing coming from coming from the prosecution had all those themes involved, and they were covering it with those themes involved. I don't think it matters who made a complaint. You don't think it matters who made a complaint. I think it matters who made a complaint, and that's why I'm pulling it out right here, right? It matters because it came from the defense. And the defense has been the one that has been supporting Sylvia. So it was obvious to me that they weren't actively supporting her. Now, I will admit that over the weekend, I heard Sylvia confess that her Rule 22 was modified based on some actions that she did do. So she did tell everybody that she engaged in the behavior that the judge said. And she explains what it was that she covered. I didn't see it, I guess, because I'm not in her private thing. The attorneys, all of them, are more concerned with their trial than content creators. Okay, that's not true. Because if they weren't concerned about content creators, they wouldn't be on Justice Served doing commentary, building that up, which is a platform that is constructed to take over what independent channels, content creators have been doing in this type of space. That's number one. Number two, they've also he was also on Lore. He was on another content creator's channel. He did an interview over there. He did another interview on somebody else's platform last night. These are all content creators. I'm not streaming because I don't have the time to stream. If I could, I would because they're not getting copyrights for streaming. This is the one time I've seen that people are not having a consequence for streaming the content. Has 4 random ballot collection centers with no observers and secretary fix it and anything could, so don't complain. All right. Yeah, he was there. Anyways, I just think it's creative. Sometimes people pretend to partner with you and they secretly work against you. And that's basically what I was saying. And it's not gonna change for me. I'm very cautious what I say that might be disparaging to somebody's character, but I can tell you that I'm not feeling him. And I think that his client to me are like Yak Gotti, right? The charges against Yak, have to deal with, they are charges that he already, with the exception of the murder. That incident that we heard about with the guns, the car being pulled over, we had the police officer testify, all that. He served fed time for that. He did fed time for that. The interrogation with the police officers that has been not allowed in on this case, which was allowed in his federal case. So it took me time to look that up and find out the nuances between the Yak story. And I did that this weekend. The case, that interrogation that was thrown, that is not allowed in this case, all has to do with something he already served time on. And now that Jeffrey Williams took a plea, and he acknowledged that the stuff inside of his house, right? He pled guilty to all of those items, then frees up the other defendants that were arrested at his home with him from those same, from them same items. So there's a few charges that Yak got that should be off the table based on the fact that Jeffrey took ownership for it. I think they are using the platforms to get their word out. But when it comes down to it, they don't have loyalty to content creators. They care about their trial. I disagree because, and I vehemently disagree because I see Doug as being a little bit over his head with this trial. Period. And I see him trying to make the media circus for himself. You understand? That's why he's on TikToking and doing the things that he's doing. And it's not just for exposure for his client, it's for exposure for himself. From the moment he filed the motion to get rid of Glanville, he's been on the media circuit trying to get himself out there. Anyway, today I also wanted to share with you, I will come back to Doug after I see his performance today and see where he stands today on things. I wanted to bring you, this is a 9-minute video of another content creator that is not known to us. Or at least he came in my feed, so I listened to his opinion because I like to listen to non-traditional opinions in order to figure out, if I'm on the right track. So, how come every time I bring this over here? All right. Let me first share with you the screen. Before, I did not do this before I looked at this video, but we're going to do this before we look at this video. We usually go to the comments. That's how I've been trained since I've been here on the internet. We go to the comments. And as you can see, this video was from October 31st. He's talking about the YSL RICO trial, why Young Thug's co-defendants are taking plea deals. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So I go to his comments. He's only got 5 of them. So here's the first one. OMG. I listened to your video earlier today, got home from work, checking the news, and YSL pled guilty. You called it. That was fast. Again, like you called it. Thanks for your insight and perspective. Really appreciate it. Now, when I saw this on Friday, I said, well, maybe this explains why they hitting the circuit, because other people are out here making content that's saying the trial is over. And they want to make sure, Doug wants to make sure that people know that it's not. Okay, so here we go to the next person. Thanks whoever this guy's name is. I guess that's his name. I appreciate your insight and explaining everything in detail. I wonder who and where Young Thug was from and crimes. Now your subscriber is caught up. Thanks. Hugs and blessings and all that other good stuff, right? Next one. Just be a good person. I feel like you really don't know what you're talking about and that you are purposely leaving out key information with the individual who was sent to jail. If you actually broke the information down concisely and correctly, I feel like there was a clause put into the deal that if he did not fulfill his end of the agreement, he would be in a breach of agreement or something to that effect. Also, prosecutors rarely come to the table with the deal if it is open and shut, with the exception of heinous crimes, to lessen the pain of the families and their victims, the families of those victims. The YSL member who have taken deals 9 out of 10, were moving for lesser time than what they were presented. Instead of fighting tooth and nails because of evidence-based facts that place them directly or indirectly in the commission of those crimes. To say, oh, it's a shame, it's a slam dunk because a politician who wants to earn clout and fame off this case presented a caseload doesn't mean that that is true and negate to mention the length of the whole trial in that context while mentioning the length of the trial as a note of history. There are clear holes that they didn't piece together to get the big fish, and that's why they are still trying the case. The prosecution team's whole case, it should be, is built upon the witness against Young Thug, not evidence. Last person, Dag, couldn't have called it any better. Laugh out loud. One could say, you know absolutely nothing about the situation and should stick to trying to keep up with the parolees. Glad you're not the attorneys on this case. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud. So from here you could tell people who normally watch him are commending him on what he had to say, and people who probably like me caught him in the middle know that he's speaking from someplace else. This is the consequence of the content creators that we have out here, spreading misinformation and being allowed to do so. Now, let me stop sharing it because I don't want to play the video from the YouTube feed. So I got to go into my videos and play it from. We now have 3 here. So hold on a second. All right. Let me come back over here. Let me share my life. Oh, hold on. We now have 3 co-defendants in this trial. So many screens open. This ain't even funny today. Because I was doing too many things before I got here. Applications. Hold on a second. Let me just close a million of these screens. I need this one.
We now have 3 co-defendants in it.
Let me see if it picks it up now. Hold on. There we go. It picked it up now. All right, so here we go.
This trial, who have accepted plea deals.
Now, this is a very huge case. It's been going on for about a year. It's the longest trial in Georgia history. It's the longest trial in Georgia history. And it just took a very significant turn last week with the testimony of Antonio Sledge. You know, his personal situation is...
What? I was like, Antonio Sledge? Dude, when did you put this up? Which made me then look at the date. So we all saw it was October 31st. So I was like, yo, this dude, I'm already sus with him.
Crazy. And I spoke about that in my last video. But the impact that his testimony or lack thereof has had on this trial is going to be evident very soon. You see, they have had a lot of people come and testify in this trial. They had a key witness named Woody that was supposed to give them a lot of information about crimes that Young Thug and others have committed. And he got up there and said that when the investigators came to him, that he lied to them and all he does is lie. And he was just trying to get himself out of trouble.
When they called you, did they ask you about Thug or did they ask you about the murder of Donovan Thomas?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So you don't recall going to the police or you don't recall why?
I don't recall none of that.
Right.
I didn't know that every time the police was after me trying to get me, they kept bringing his name up. And I know that they had me where I had, so I was like, yeah, whatever y'all want me to say, I was here. That's why I told Gaither and Dennis, and that's why they kept coming after me, because they felt like, okay, they can make a case out of him or whatever they trying to do. So they knew that, okay, we gonna get Woody today, you gonna have something to say about Thug, and it's wrong. And y'all are wrong because y'all know that I'm full of shit. And y'all keep trying to drag me in here to bring up bullshit that y'all know I don't say it. Why is y'all doing that? Leave me alone.
So people saw that and said, wow, they don't have a case. You know, they really don't have a case. And I guess other people who were supposed to testify after Woody saw what he did and said, hey, man, I'm not going out on a limb. I'm not going to go out here and say what I know about YSL and this gang and put my life in jeopardy. So I'm just going to say, I don't remember anything. I don't know anything. That was a long time ago. I can't recall. So all the people that have been coming up have not really helped the state's case against Young Thug and the others. Now, you got to remember, there were 28 people charged in this case, and it was 63 counts. And a lot of these people took
64, but who's counting?
Plea deals. 9 out of the 28 took plea deals. And the people that they've been calling to the stand, I don't think they have plea deals. I think they are just people that they thought would.
So he's already letting you know that he didn't watch this because he's doing a lot of I thinking, right? He doesn't really know. So he's gonna say I think. Okay. And these people allowed to do this. This is his own opinion. But I work off of a fact that you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. So he's making an opinion here based on something he don't got no facts on.
Testify against Young Thug and YSL, and they changed their mind. The person that they brought up last week, Antonio Sledge, has a plea deal. He's one of the 9 people that have a plea deal. And he got up there and he recanted all the information that he gave them when he took his plea deal. And I have that information right here. And as a result of what he did, he was sent to jail for 5 years. The next day,
this killed me. He was like, as a result of what he did, he was sent to jail. Not just any time. He was like the next day. So we all know he didn't watch this because it's been about a month since Montunk testified. And then after Montunk testified, there was a revocation petition. And then 10 days later, he was called in by the judge to deal with the revocation petition, the revoke petition. So this is just funny for me.
They had a hearing and they sent him to jail for 5 years. Now, all the other people that took plea deals saw that happen. And the defense saw that happen. And so the defense understands.
So I want to pause right here. And I want you to pay particular attention to this point of view that he has. So even though this man, to me, has a lot of misinformation, right? He does provide us with a perspective that I would like you to pay, just give it a whirlwind in your brain, because we who've watched this see things from a different perspective. And I always like to listen to the dissent opinion. So think of this as a dissent opinion.
Now that the other 8 people that are going to come up to the stand and testify against them that have these plea agreements with the state, they're going to say exactly what they said in these plea deals because they don't want to go to jail. So now Young Thug and his defense team and all the others that decided to stand trial and not take a plea deal are shaking in their boots now. They're saying, man, we can't go through with this because they're going to say the truth. They're going to tell everything because now they know that the government is serious because they just sent one of our gang members to prison for 5 years because he didn't want to testify. Young Thug and the 19 others that decided to stand trial for this are cooked. So they understand that now. They saw what happened. They see that this is real. And so they damn well know that they have to go up here and comply with this agreement now.
Look at his language. Comply. This guy is a former corrections officer.
All the other witnesses that didn't have this agreement and are just private citizens, and they
allegedly, according to his channel,
were supposed to testify against Young Thug and them, and they changed their mind. That's a whole different ballpark. These people that have these plea agreements, they can't do that, or else they're going away right away. And they know that, and the defense knows that. Everybody knows that now. So this case just got very serious. So Young Thug and his boys now are probably back there with the judge trying to work out.
And we know he's holding 1A. This is the plea. It looks like he's holding or looking at the plea agreement for Montunk, the one that had all the 8s and 4, 8 was added, whatever. That's what he's holding in his hand.
Some kind of deal, trying to say, oh, I was here for 2 years, let me get time served and 3 more years on top of that, and I'm good. the time for that's probably already come and gone. They're going to have to pay the piper. See, the goal of the prosecutor, the DA, Fannie Willis,
Coming from the perspective of law enforcement, right? This is a former correction officer.
is to break the gangs.
Former correction officers, remember, he benefits from people going to jail because he keeps a job. This is what this is all done for. This is a cycle, right? People get arrested, prosecutors prosecute, they end up in prison. These guys who are correction officers oversee the prisoners while they're there. This is how we keep somebody's job. This is how we pay some people well.
She and the other law enforcement officials in Fulton County know that the crime in Atlanta and in Fulton County is being perpetrated. 80% of the crime is being perpetrated by gangs.
I've made no secret about it, nor any apology that as the times and
so in order to do that, they need the gang members to testify against each other, to rat each other out so people won't trust the gangs anymore, right? There's no loyalty anymore in the gangs.
Sir, I don't know what trial you've been watching. There's loyalty. There's loyalty amongst thieves. There's loyalty in your look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing right now for the world or for your small part of this content creator space, right? Instead of giving us a perspective, well, part of the problem is that he's missing some of the facts. But this is something he put out on October 31st.
Because they will turn on each other. That's the goal here. That's why they signed these plea agreements with the gang members and said, we'll let you out of jail. We won't prosecute you. We got 35 years hanging over your head. We won't even go after you. But you got to come in here and you got to break this gang. You got to break them down and let everybody see that there's no loyalty among thieves, that y'all going to turn on each other.
I'm sorry. The reason why you can't break this non-organization is because these people are like family to one another. It wasn't a gang to them. This was a lifestyle. This was part of these.
That's what we want to do.
Family.
Here. So I think the time has come and passed for Young Thug to cut a deal. I don't think there's going to be any real deal on the table. They may have to do years. Okay, if they're willing to do years, yeah, they probably give them a deal. But if they think they're going to be just walking out the courthouse, doing the George Jefferson walk down the street, no, it's not going to happen like that. The government will actually try this case again if they have to. And the DA, Fannie Willis, is going to win the election in about, 7 days. They're going to have the election and she's going to win again. So she's going to be here for another 4 years trying these people. She's not going anywhere. Her goal is to break the gangs. That's what she wants to do. And that's what she's doing. And Antonio Sledge was supposed to be the first nail in the coffin of the gangs. And he refused. And you saw what happened to him. So that's how I see the Young Thug trial playing out. We're going to have to wait and see how it turns out. But until then, thanks for stopping by and checking me out. And as always, until next time, peace and stay safe.
We now have.
Until next time, peace and stay safe. That's crazy. But anyway, that's his perspective on that's his perspective. So these are what the other people are saying in real time. So I wanted to highlight that because I felt like that might be, that was my feelings when I first saw him on the 31st. And I saw people coming out here and trying to encourage folks to go watch the live stream on Law and Crime. This is what I'm going to say. I do watch the live streams from different authoritative news channels, right? During the course of the day. The things and I watch it for the quietude at times. But what I can't stand is the chat. And I don't like to go in environments where it's hostile, where I gotta read things that have nothing to do with anything that I want to take in. And inside those environments, the law and crime, they're just running this feed with no supervision. There's hardly a moderator in there taking out the negative or I've watched other trials covered by law and crime, and they have moderators in there, and they do a great job keeping people civil. There's no civility over there. Doug states that they show the comments to the defendants during the course of the trial to, encourage them and so on and so forth. Whose feed is he showing them? He can't be showing them the feed from Law and Crime because a lot of that stuff, it has nothing to do with, I don't see a lot of positivity coming out of there. I do see a lot of positivity, or at least things that I would say would be supportive to them in the current situation that they're in. What I would like to see from Doug is him doing more courtroom. Stay in the courtroom, sir. Do your job in the courtroom and stop trying to try this case in the face of the public, when you know that the public that's in law and crime, et cetera, are outside of Fulton County. Most of us, I don't live there. I don't have a way to correct all the wrong that I'm seeing that's happening inside this case as it stands. But if there was a letter writing campaign or something that I thought that would be vital and help and would be helpful, I would definitely participate. I would definitely participate in it. I don't like people. I personally don't like people trying to take money out of other people's pockets. I find him to be manipulative. I did get the book Rap on Trial. I'm gonna pick it up today and begin to read it to see what inside its papers. Let me take a peek and see if they hit the courtroom so that I could then buzz out of here. I like to see him go live now and recap just what he said. I'm gonna go back to his channel. I'll put his link to his shit. Wait a minute. Let me be fair like the rest of no, listen, I don't want to encourage people to go over there and write bad things on the man's channel. And I think you folks I don't want to do that. And I've seen that happen when you ask people thing, but I'll share the link to his channel. But I don't support that type of stuff either. But it would have been nice if, the two people that did write comments towards the end, absolutely let him know that he don't know what he's talking about. And but like I said, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. All right, let me first get the boom, 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 boom. All right, that's the link to the man's video that I just shared. And he doesn't have a lot of views on it. He does have a good a fellowship. Let me see. Did we get a hold on a second. So Sylvia is live, and I did see somebody write in the thing that she can't live stream. She can still stream. It's my understanding that she can still stream to the she could still stream. It's not hate towards that gentleman. I just think that there's two things that play with him. You have to look at where his perspective is coming from. He benefits. He's a correction officer or a former correction officer. So he's giving you the perspective of I gotta eat. This is how he eats. This is how he lives. So he sees these cases differently. You know, no one else is where's my let me go to my channel. Let me go to any questions, comments, or concerns from the chat. Oh, I'm looking for so none of the channels. YSL trial resumes in Atlanta after 11 waiting. Notify me. That's crazy. What's the next one? I might not even have law and crime in my thing, to be very honest. JKL Law and Crime Network. I guess I do have them. Let's see. Let me look for the 11 alive. She said court would start at 8:30. I know, we late. We 10 minutes late. But you know, now they be keeping us out of it. Did any of y'all see I'm tired of the goofies with Rule 22s using it to get close to relations of Jeffrey for clout. Well, you know what? Let's talk about that for a moment. Talk about that for a moment. Do you want to go there? Let's just go there for a moment. As I was listening in some bushes and got some fuzz in my hair because I don't do bushes, but okay, you're making me bad. Don't make me bad. Let me just, like, you're making me bad. What, Becky? I'm gonna need you not to put me in these positions. But based on the fact that you said that, let's just go there for a second, right? I'm sitting here listening to something, and I hear somebody reading the comment, and somebody was like, "What type of car do you think Jeffrey should get you?" And then I heard the person say, I don't want a car. I don't like. I just want my car fixed. I'm like, okay, panhandling on the internet is just way too much. And if people were being honest, see, this is the thing I don't like, right? Dougie, come out here and call it what it needs to be called on, right? Call it out. Call out the inappropriate behavior. So then, about an hour later, somebody else comes in there and says, well, Jeffrey said he's doing interviews, right? But he's charging people to do interviews. So the panhandler goes, nah, that's all right. I'm not gonna ask for no I don't, as y'all know, I ain't got no money to do that. But I don't have money to do that, right? Hello. Good morning, Sam. That's how it works. Normally, in order to get these interviews, in order to get people on, you do pay them for their interview. I mean, that's been forever. Let me see. Where's the channels I'm subscribed to? Oh, so nobody's live but these people? Hold on. And I don't like to I don't want to stream. I don't want to stream the other Rule 22 persons content because I don't want to get into any misunderstandings with people because I smack hard. And I don't want to, I don't want to do that. And I want to be nice. I just want to be nice. But I see that they is live over there with no feed coming out the courtroom. Let's just be clear. The people like I'm just making oh, that's what I heard too. Between the car, I was just sitting there, I was laying down. I was like, girl, you're gonna have to do something about this ear. Like, cause these ears be hearing the wrong stuff. Like, how you gonna tell somebody? No, I don't want a new car. I want a thing. And he was like, you should tell his father. His father didn't even get no doggone recognition. So I just need to understand. I just need to understand. I'm gonna need people to stop. I'm gonna need the people to stop peeing on my leg and then tell me it's raining. Hey, Cynthia. Like you can't you can't you can't be real. This can't be real. Pinch me. I can't be living in this zone right now. Just pinch me. So that's why I'm saying stop making ooh. I just realized. Stop making stupid people famous. I mean, it was not personal. It's not personal. What kind of car do you think he's gonna buy you? What are you on? Sitting and I was like, wow. That was just something different though. That hit differently. If he buys her a car, she'll be absolutely insufferable. Okay, here's the question. What did you do? Becky out. Becky, what is it? You're in 00 time out. I can't with her right now. You're getting me in trouble. She is. Who's covering it so I can redirect everybody to whoever's covering it? I don't see. Look, We don't got nobody covering it? Oh yeah, hold up, hold up, hold up. So let me see how to do this. So I could redirect all my good people over. No, they're not. Girl, y'all really going into law and crime? Y'all gonna get eat up. Let me just say something to folks around here right before you go jumping in law and crimes chat. Protect your identity. Protect your identity because the people in there be trolling and they be trolling for reasons. Oh, she is? All right. Well, let me figure out how to redirect the stream and y'all could go over to Zero Christian because they're live. So I'm assuming they're covering it. Yes, Mandy's over there covering it. So I'm going over there with Mandy, but I want to redirect my stream so that it ends going into Zero Christian's world. Thank you for coming over. I appreciate your participation this morning. How do you do that? I seen everybody else do it. I think the next time I'm gonna need the link ahead of time. Hey, cousin. Joy, I'm gonna send you a text message because I need to know something, and only you know. I don't know how to redirect people, so y'all just go over to thing. Here's the link for where I'm going to go watch it. If Kanikans bring yourselves over there, I'm not having it. So if you come in with problems, take them somewhere else. And you know who I'm talking to. And I don't like talking to y'all directly or indirectly. See you over in the best chat in the planet.